morning. My name is Elizabeth Hughes. I'm the Director of the Maryland Historical Trust and Maryland State Historic Preservation Officer. And today I am at the beautiful Thomas Stone National Historic Site in Charles County, Maryland. And we're here today to recognize Nicole, Diehlmann, and Cathy Thompson for their work on In the Midst of These Plains. This is a 2022 Excellence in Media and Publications Award that's being presented on behalf of the Maryland Historical Trust Board of Trustees. These awards have been given since the 1970s to recognize stewardship of historical and cultural resources to organizations, nonprofit organizations, local governments, and individuals. And I'm very excited to be here today. I'd like to read to you a little bit about this nomination to tell you more about In the Midst of These Plains. In the Midst of These Plains, Charles County Buildings and Landscapes tells the story of the nearly 4 centuries of settlement in Charles County, beginning with indigenous groups that first inhabited the land and moving through English settlement and colonial history to industrial development and the modern era. The 500-page authoritative history published in 2021 by MHT Press represents the culmination of decades of historic research and survey work. This outstanding achievement in architectural history, presented in an attractive and accessible style, will serve as an important reference for scholars, researchers, planners, and students in Maryland with interests in architecture, historic preservation, cultural history, and cultural landscapes. Cathy Thompson.
Thank you.
And Nicole Diehlmann, thank you for your wonderful work. And I'd like to give you the floor to thank you.
Thank you all so much. Thank you to the Maryland Historical Trust for this honor. This has been a project that's been a long time in the making, and it started really over 20 years ago when Charles County committed to incorporating historic preservation into the overall development process. And when they started that process, they reached out to MHT for guidance, and MHT suggested that the place to start was to update their inventory of historic properties to form a baseline for preservation moving forward. So they very graciously funded a 5-year process to update the Maryland inventory of historic properties. At that time, there were only 300 properties that were formally documented, and today there are over 1,000.
Wow.
Some of that was the work that I was involved with, and then some was completed by many other kind of talented architectural historians. So this book was always envisioned as the grand finale to that survey work, and it was intended to be the basis for community outreach and good decision making for preservation moving forward. So it's certainly my hope that it will inspire members of the community to preserve historic resources and to form the basis for good decision making moving forward. And I wanted to kind of thank a couple of people, the Maryland Historical Trust for your many years of support of the project, Mike Mazzio and the Charles County Historical Society, who have been supporting the project over the years and who are leading the efforts to sell the book and to get it out in the community. And the funds for the book are supporting historic Rich Hill and restoration efforts there. And most of all, I want to thank Nicole Diehlmann, my partner in crime, who took the project on and really finished the research, completed documentation for the gaps, completed project management, pulled together all the photographs, and honestly, the project would not have been completed without her work. So definitely she deserves a lot of the credit for where we are today.
Thank you, Cathy, very much. You're being very modest. It really was very much a team effort, and I loved working with you and with the Historical Society and so many partners in the county. There are a lot of people that helped us get the documentation we needed, get the information, and really participated in pulling this book together. So I want to thank the Maryland Historical Trust for this award. This is very much an honor, and so I do appreciate that.
All need a copy of this book in our library, because we know that these architectural trends don't stop at the county line, right? We can learn something wherever we are in Maryland. So thank you for all you've done for Charles. for the state in completing